Hope you guys had a great weekend. In this video, we have to talk about the stock market. We got a bunch of amazing setups, and the stock market is just looking absolutely amazing, getting ready to break out. In this video, I want to talk about the plays. I did get into Walmart call options. I want to do a quick update on that, as well as our previous share play that we got out of. We got a bunch of incredible setups for this week, and definitely different varieties. If you want to play shares and you want to play, a couple month out share play where you sort of buy the dip off a massive level of support, we got that for you. If you just want to play long term, you want to buy the dip on some incredibly, maybe undervalued stock, we got that for you. But definitely a lot of amazing setups. So let's get started over here with the S&P 500. Straight off the back, man, we have really been just killing it for the past couple days. We have been on point with our technical analysis. We were saying that we were going to sort of trade sideways to let the RSI calm down a bit, and we had sort of a massive, pretty much push to the upside, and we can't just go up and then just go down. We have to have sideways activity because that is how the market sort of calms down a bit. And when we are trading sideways, we are getting ready for explosive move depending upon where we break out to. So we're taking a look at this level of support resistance, and we have talked a lot about this. I have it on the course. If you do want the access to technical analysis, I'll leave that in the description as well as in the comments. But it really depends upon when, where we break out to. So we're taking a look at here. Everyone is watching all-time highs, 611. Okay, everyone is watching all-time highs. We're taking a look at setup. Price target $611. Okay, everyone is watching it. And the crazy thing is, it's not even that far. It's only around 3% move. So we can hit this price target either this week or next week, but definitely very soon, depending upon when we break out. So the key part is that we go above 593. Okay, 593, or else we're just going to be trading sideways here in this channel. The goal is to break out and to close above, and that is going to sort of give us the confirmation that we are heading to all-time highs. Now we can also take a look at QQQ, which is the tech ETF, and QQQ looks even better. So this is going to be the tech ETF. We can take a look at something like Meta. Meta was consolidating and trading sideways, and then it broke out of its setup. And we have a bunch of other stocks that are sort of doing the similar thing. So everyone is sort of watching, when we are going to break out. We had Google breaking out. We played calls on it, and I'm going to be talking about it in this video. We also have Apple with this downtrend channel going on over here. So breaking out of its downtrend, and obviously we had the tariff news, but we can see that we got a variety of setups and stocks are looking good. So taking a look at QQQ, really same thing. Okay, once we close and once we start breaking out, it's going to be solid. We're going to be hitting all-time highs very, very soon. So everybody is watching that. Now, the first play that I want to talk about is going to be Walmart calls. Now, I did enter into Walmart calls over here on the Discord. If you guys do want to join the Discord, link in the description, and use code TARIF for 50% off lifetime. So we're taking a look at Walmart over here, and the setup is just looking amazing over here. We can see that the all-time high was February of this year. We sort of have this consolidation of cup and handle, and on top of that, we closed above. Okay, we closed above. That is the key thing. We got that confirmation. And then the third thing is going to be our price target, which is this gap. So we sort of have this gap, which I believe is caused by the tariff news. But we can take a look at over here. This is going to be our price target. Now, I did grab weekly call options, and right when we hit this level, okay, just make sure to sell your position, because sometimes I can't alert, I'm too busy, or I'm sleeping. Just make sure to sell your position right over there. I'm going to be having my my limit over here at this price target. So right when it hits this level, it's going to sell automatically for me. So if you want to do that, you can do that. And we're talking about sort of a around around a 3% move, which is very realistic by the end of the week. So it might take us 2 days to potentially hit this price target, or we can even hit this price target tomorrow market open. So just make sure to sell right at this target. That is going to be what I am doing, and that's going to be over 100%, 200% play on our Discord, and obviously it's $135 only. So next we got Verizon. Now Verizon, I most likely probably won't play this, but I just thought that the chart looked interesting. Maybe someone else would pick it up and play this play. But we have this symmetrical triangle perfectly looking really good. I'm not sure about how the options are because I'm guessing, like, taking a look at the price action, I'm pretty sure the options are not going to be that good. For shares, we're talking realistically 8%, which is pretty good. If you're gonna put like 10,000 in this play, it might be a solid, $800 play, for Verizon. So that is what we're taking a look at. Now, Snapchat, one of the perfect A plus setups that I am currently in. The great thing about this play is it's a share play. The stock is $8 and it's sitting at incredibly low level, and the risk to reward is absolutely amazing. Now, before Snapchat, we had a play on AI. AI had this very similar setup to Snapchat. If you guys have been watching, we have many plays like these, many plays. But anyways, we actually got out of AI for a solid 26% after its earnings report. So that's solid, but we're still holding on to Snapchat. If AI does come back down to support, I'll definitely play it again. But just take a look at Snapchat and how it is really respecting this level of support. Take a look at the price action over here. It is not going below this level. So this is just looking absolutely amazing. Now, next we got TLT, which are 20-year plus treasury bond ETF. So this is going to be the bond market government debt, essentially. But if you're into these stuff, but we're taking a look at over here, it's going to be the perfect time to buy in. Really a 2-decade long level of support. The risk to reward looks good. You might play leaps. I'm thinking about shares, potentially 20%, but I just like the risk to reward. We were talking about TLT back in the day around November of 2023, I believe. But anyways, just check this out. Looking really good. There's going to be a share play and long-term play. Next, we got RUN. I found this stock from the unusual option flow screener, just trying to find stocks. And this stock to me looked very interesting because if we take a look at the monthly time frame, it has really the lowest it has been here. The daily time frame is what I am looking at. We hit this level of support and we have this gap down. Recently, it has been getting a ton of volume, so it could be a good mover. I'm taking a look at shares. It's one of those stocks where once price action and once people start buying it and volume gets in, we sort of get these massive explosive moves. So I'm just taking a look at Run, and I'll see about it in the Discord. Next, we got Google. So as you guys know, we got out at 60% and then we hit 120% on our calls on Google. I'm still holding it. Taking a look at Google over here, we played this ascending triangle. We have these levels. We talked about this level of resistance. This was our first price target, and it's really holding right now. But what I'm taking a look at is, so since this was a massive level of resistance, now it has become a level of support. So if Google does come back down to this level, I might play calls again, potentially weekly calls, just to play the bounce off of here for Google. But other than that, just like SPY and just like how QQQ and all these other stocks have this, massive level of resistance, we have a massive level of resistance for Google here at 173. So once we can break this level, next we have 183 and we have 192. So that is what we're taking a look at Google. Apple is getting very interesting. The only concern is going to be the tariff news. So this is probably the only red play that we are in right now. But right when we bought into calls, we had the president threatening Apple with tariffs. So the technical analysis aspect of this play is just looking absolutely amazing. We have this downtrend breakout. Summer is coming up. Summer is typically bullish for Apple because of its Apple event, and historically, but the technical analysis is just looking really, really good. And I'm still in my Apple calls, and I'm still deciding if I'm gonna buy more or not. My only concern is the tariff news. That is it. But other than that, the technical analysis is looking absolutely amazing for Apple here. Next, we got Target. This is going to be a more long-term play, but as we can see, it is starting to approach this level of support at 86. That is going to be a perfect snipe if you do want to play long term. Okay, next we got Hims and Hers, and this stock, man, we made a video on right over here, $25, talking about it, how it was going to explode, and we were talking about the cup and handle setup. So if I go over here, we can see that we had a solid cup and handle, and you can search on this channel Hims and Her stock. I'll leave it in the end of the video, but we had this cup and handle breakout, and we can see that right here right now we have the same setup for the previous setup that we had. So we can see we have a solid cup and handle breakout. A great example is going to be our play on gold. Gold had this cup and handle setup, and then like a couple years back, I believe we had a setup on Pfizer somewhere on Pfizer. I remember we had a massive cup and handle setup. J&J is another one of those examples. Not J&J. I mean Jemiah. This was back in the day. This was from like 4 years, 5 years ago. So another example of the cup and handle breakout. So we can see that Hims has that very nice setup, same setup that we are also playing in Walmart, and we are already in Walmart calls. So a really nice pattern going on over here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Next, we got UPST, which sort of had the stock looks interesting because it reminds me of like Snapchat. We have Snow. We have Roblox, Coinbase, Hood. What other ones? SoFi, Palantir. So all these stocks, very similar setup, and we can take a look at UPST. It sort of has that similar setup, but what I am taking a look at on the is the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we sort of have this inverse head and shoulder going on, and it looks interesting. It's what I'm looking at. But anyways, we had a bunch of setups. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys want to join the Discord, make sure to join the Discord link in the description. And see you guys in the Discord. Bye.